So, you are the unfortunate wretch my sister plucked from the aether to attend to me. I suppose you'll do, though you scarcely look like the caretaking sort. Yes, well, forgive me if that doesn't reassure me in the slightest. And please, save your breath. There's no need for introductions. I don't expect you will last more than a week. 2 at most. By now we've exhausted the pool of suitable candidates and are left with the dregs circling the bottom. Oh, come now. Don't look at me with those big woebegone eyes. Did you expect me to fall to my knees and graciously kiss your boots for signing on to watch me rot? Please. Your presence is entirely superfluous. Truth be told, I can care for myself well enough. Cook my own meals, brew my own tea and tonics. My sister simply insists that I have someone, anyone, to attend to me in her absence. I suppose it sets her mind at ease to know her invalid brother is not puttering about the state all on his lonesome. I know not what tawdry affairs have her so preoccupied, nor do I care to. Last she wrote, she was off gallivanting about the countryside, feeding starving children and what not, wasting her inheritance on passing whims. Ever the bleeding heart. Be that as it may, I will tolerate your presence here, short-lived as it may be, as a glorified nursemaid, if nothing else. That said, I'd prefer you keep your distance. Do not hover so, and only come when I call for you, like a well-trained dog. Do you think you can manage that? Good. Then I suspect the next week or so shall... Oh, spare me the piteous look in your eyes. You knew full well I was a sick man before ever setting foot in my home. No need to look scandalized when my illness rears its ugly head. It is not contagious, if that is your concern. Were it otherwise, after so many years afflicted in the tireless procession of hired servants, I should not be suffering alone. No, it seems I have been singled out. I will be in my study. You make yourself useful. Fetch me a bottle of wine from the pantry. Any vintage will do. I don't expect a servant like yourself to be a connoisseur, but ensure that the bottle is unopened. Good. There you are. The wine, if you please. Good enough, I suppose. The seal hasn't been tampered with. You needn't say anything. You're free to think of me as a paranoid madman jumping at shadows, if you wish. But these are precautions I will be taking with every morsel you serve me. It would be all too easy for my attendant to slip me poison and make off with all the silver in the estate before anyone realizes I am dead. That would be my luck. All these years with a mystery illness draining my vitality, eating my very marrow, only to die from a disgruntled housekeep slipping poison in my porridge. Strange as it may seem now, I rode with the hunt often as a boy and danced every set the summer I turned 17. Now I can scarcely mount the stairs without stopping for breath. The physicians spout nonsense of systematic corruption, but cannot name its source. They remain confident in their prognosis that my days are quite numbered, but they have been telling me so for many years now. And yet I stubbornly persist to the disappointment of many, I imagine. No, do not mistake me. I am not ungrateful for the years I have been afforded, but I do find difficult not to resent how small my life has become. That is of no concern to you. Do not ask me of such things. If you insist on remaining nearby, you may as well be useful. The shawl on the back of the chair. That is better, somewhat. This accursed chill seems to seep into my bones, and what with the draft in this wing, one might call a house, but it feels rather like a tomb. But oh, never mind. Do not concern yourself with my complaints. They are of no interest to anyone, myself least of all. Tell me, what did my sister say of me? No, I doubt she would have put it so mildly. Her charity is reserved for the helpless and the destitute, not for me. Speak plainly. You need not gentle her words for my sake. I'm not about to have you dismissed for repeating her opinions. I know them well enough already, I assure you. Go on. Then, what did she say? That I am stubborn, arrogant, cruel, that I drive away everyone she sends to tend to me within a fortnight? Yes, now that, I believe. All true, I'm afraid. She's always been remarkably adept at discerning my faults, yet conveniently blind to her own. Still, I should not speak ill of her. She is a good woman, and it is good she warned you of what manner of creature you were coming to attend. I am aware I make a rather poor first impression, and, regrettably, not a much better second or third. I imagine it says no small thing of your character that you still chose to come, after receiving such a warning. Ugh, do not look so pleased with yourself. That was only a half compliment. Stop smiling, and stop blooming like a vulture. I am not dead yet. Why don't you sit? We can converse like civilized people. If you aren't capable of such a thing, there is a chair by the window. Bring it here. There. Good. Since you are resolved to stay, allow me to make plain what you should expect. You will wake me at a reasonable hour. Whether I grumble or not, see that I take whatever dreadful concoction the physicians have most recently prescribed. Remind me again at midday, and again in the evening. Do not be persuaded, if I argue, and many days I assuredly will. Some mornings my hands are stiff and uncooperative. In these instances, you may assist with my buttons and cuffs. Do not make a production of it. If I can manage the task myself, I will, and you will allow me that small measure of dignity, even if it takes twice as long as it ought. See that I take meals at regular intervals. I may protest that I am not hungry, since my illness robs me of appetite. In the evenings you will walk with me, when I insist on pacing the solarium for exercise. Should I grow dizzy or pause for breath, study me quietly, without fuss or commentary. At night you will see that the fire is built and the lamps trimmed. The shadows do play tricks on my weary mind, and of course, I shall no doubt contrive a myriad of other small tasks for you throughout the day, and you will attend to them all with the same diligence, no matter how trifling. In return, I will see you compensated fairly, provided with room and board, and I will not be needlessly cruel, though I can make no promises of temper or patience. It is not my intent to make your time here unbearable. Are we of accord? Good. Understand this. You are not here to cure me. That is beyond your power, and I would be glad if you remembered that. What you can do, and what my pride will allow of you, is make my hours less bothersome. Hand me what I cannot reach, remind me of what I would rather forget, and remain present, should I have need of you. Do not treat me as though I have already died and simply forgotten to lie down. Remember, I am still lord of this house, and you will show me due respect. But you need not grovel if you find reason to contradict me. You may do so at your own discretion. Within reason. I will not punish you for it, of course. I will likely argue, but such trivial matters as that will not hasten my end. My condition has not rendered me quite so delicate. I have been surrounded by sycophants most of my life, courtiers, relatives, physicians, who nodded and smiled while doing nothing of use. I have no need of one more. All this to say, if I ask a question, I expect an honest answer, not whatever response you imagine will please me. If you can manage this, we shall get on tolerably well. Fill at it, and my sister will send some other well-meaning sod to repeat the exercise, and I shall have to recite these instructions once more. It is tiresome work, and my throat is hoarse enough from this Gods-be-damned cough as it is, but alas, it cannot be helped. For now, you may take your leave. I have accounts to review, and several letters awaiting reply, matters of the estate that will not wait for idle company. You are free to make yourself useful elsewhere, however you see fit, or to twiddle your thumbs quietly in your quarters until I call for you. It is of no concern to me. Wait. The plants in the solarium are dying. Did you notice? No, I don't suppose you would have. You just arrived. They've been wilting for months. Nothing I do seems to revive them. It's as if the blight that afflicts me has seeped into the very foundations of this place. That solarium was my mother's pride. Growing up, she tended to it herself, which scandalized the old butler to no end. A lady of her station is not meant to soil her hands, you see. There are gardeners for that. Servants. Boys who need work. Nevertheless, she was stubborn like I am. It is a hereditary affliction. I remember watching her tend to the plants, puffed sleeves rolled up her elbows, hair pinned up with whatever she had to hand, dirt clinging beneath her nails. She said it helped her think. See if you can salvage any of them, why don't you? I dislike being surrounded by dead things. Trim the dead shoots, dispose of what must be disposed of. Coax life where you can. If nothing else, it will make our evening walks in the solarium slightly less grim. Thank you.